What is up, guys? Alright, so today we're going to take what we've learned about factoring and apply it to solving quadratic equations. Okay, so if you notice here, I still have a quadratic, x squared plus 7x plus 10. That's a is 1, b is 7, and c is 10. This is in standard form, but this time it is equal to 0. So now we have an equation. Anytime you have an equal sign, that means you have an equation, and now we can actually solve for x. Okay, we're going to figure out what value of x makes this equation true. What value of x makes this trinomial equal to 0. Okay? All right, and I'll kind of hopefully try to tell you guys a little bit about why we're doing this as we go along. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do this using the method you already know, the x method. So we'll start off with the x. Okay. All right. What goes here? A times c. 1 times 10. That's 10. Okay. What goes here? B. That's 7. I need factors of 10. 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. It looks like the 2 times 5 gives me 10, but also adds to 7 if you put plus 2 and plus 5. All right. So plus 2 goes here and plus 5 goes here. Now divide by a. A is 1, so divide by 1. Divide by 1. Look to see if this can be reduced. It cannot, so bottoms up, 1x. Bottoms up, 1x. All right, and here are my factors, 1x plus 2 and 1x plus 5. Now remember, the whole idea of what we've been doing is that once we get these two factors, you can't forget that this right here, x plus 2 times x plus 5, is the exact same thing as x squared plus 7x plus 10. It's just this is written down as a trinomial, okay, a bunch of monomials added together, and now we've turned it into two binomials being multiplied. This is the same thing as this. This equals this, okay? So if this equals 0, then so does this. This equals 0, okay? They're exactly the same thing. Now here's the fun part. If this times this equals 0, right, then either 1x plus 2 equals 0 or 1x plus 5 equals 0. Most likely we are going to solve for both of them though, okay? So here's where you just break it up into two equations, okay? So x plus 2, or 1x plus 2 equals 0, and x plus 5 equals 0, okay? All right, whenever you have two things being multiplied together, this is being multiplied to this, and if this times this equals 0, then this has to equal 0 or this has to equal 0. I'll show you, watch. What if I put something like this? 5 in parentheses times question mark in parentheses equals 0, right? Well, does this equal 0? No. Does this equal 0? Yeah, watch. 5 times 0 equals 0. So either this guy has to equal 0, which it doesn't, or this guy has to equal 0. There you go. So like I said, you have this guy times this guy equals 0. So either this one has to equal 0 or this one has to equal 0. All right, so that's why we said that. X plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0. And now just subtract 2 on both sides. X equals negative 2. Subtract 5 on both sides. X equals negative 5, and we are done. These are my two answers. Okay? And normally I'd say, okay, let's check, but come on, that's boring. All right, here we go. Another example. Sorry, that's just a cop-out, meaning I'm too lazy, and it's the weekend, and I don't want to have to work any harder. LOL. All right, let's do another one. 4x squared minus 6x plus 2 equals 0, okay? All right, now there's a few things you could do here. You can factor out, you could divide everything by 2, but the cool thing is we don't need to, okay? With this x method, we're just gonna do this. All right, what goes here? A times c, so 4 times 2 is 8. What goes here? B, that's negative 6, so negative 6. I need factors of 8. 1 times 8, 2 times 4. I'm trying to add them to make a negative 6, so if it's a negative 2 added with a negative 4, that gives me negative 6. So negative 2, negative 4. Okay, divide by a. A is 4. Divide by a is 4. All right, this needs to be simplified. Okay, so that's negative 1/2, circle it. This needs to be simplified, that's negative 1 over 1, put a circle around it. Okay, bottoms up, we have 2x. Bottoms up, we have a 1x. All right, and here we have my two factors, 2x minus 1 and 1x minus 1. And don't forget that this 2x minus 1 times 1x minus 1 equals what? Equals 4x squared minus 6x plus 2. And if that equals 0, then this equals 0. Okay. And now make your two equations. 2x minus 1 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. And solve. Add 1. 2x equals 1. Divide by 2. X equals 1/2. Okay. Add 1. X equals 1, and here are my two answers. X equals 1/2 and x equals 1. All right, let's do one more example. Try this last one. I'll let you guys do this. 6x squared minus 13x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, all right, make your x. 6 times 6 is 36. Negative 13. Okay, I need factors of 36. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9. Looks like I found it. 6 times 6. Okay, there are my factors of 36. All right, and it looks like the 4 times 9. If I have a negative 4 and a negative 9, doesn't that add to negative 13? All right, so put your negative 4 here, your negative 9 here. And we need to divide by 6. Divide by 6. Reduce this. That's going to be negative 2 over 3. Put a circle around it. Reduce this. This is going to be negative 3 over 2. Put a circle around that. Okay. All right. And so we have negative 2 over 3 and negative 3 over 2. Bottoms up. That's 3x. Bottoms up. That's 2x. And my factors are 3x minus 2. Times 2x minus 3. Okay. All right, don't forget that equals 0. And since this times this equals 0, then we know that 3x minus 2 equals 0. We also know that 2x minus 3 equals 0. And move the 2 over, we get 3x equals 2. Divide by 3, we get x equals 2/3. Move the 3 over, we get 2x equals 3. Divide by 2, we get x equals 3/2. Okay, and that, my friends, is all she wrote. All right, have a great one.